What's going on, everybody? I'm Justin.
I'm Eric.
And this is the Burn Down.
We like to spark it up.
Talk it out.
Burn one down, baby.
So today is the first episode of many to come.
And we're truly excited. So hopefully you guys can hear us well.
Yeah, this is like in the works, man. We're just kind of...
Yeah, we got our makeshift studio here. We just opened the doors, plopped the rug, a table. Tried to figure out the audio for about an hour. So hopefully it goes well.
We're kind of figuring it out. I mean, this whole studio slash smokers lounge slash
pool house
is all under construction. So we're kind of making do. But we didn't want to wait. We didn't want to waste any more time. So we decided, the hell with it. We're going to just do it. So
start winging it.
So
we're out here in Long Island, New York, getting it done.
What are we smoking, man?
So today I brought Justin and I good old Feral Pig by Drew Estate.
Oh, I love this smoke, man.
Yeah, these are good stuff. You don't really see them too often. They're kind of, I wouldn't say rare, but...
They're hard to get, though, because they only come in, boxes of 10?
You know better than me. I just know stuff.
I believe they come in boxes of 10 or 12. I don't remember off the top of my head. But it's part of their Unico series, however you want to pronounce that. But the Feral Pig is probably their best smoke that they make. In my opinion, it's probably the best smoke that they make. The flavor is it's full smoke. Flavor is phenomenal. It's going to last you at least 2.5 hours.
Long time.
It's going to last you a long time. You
better sit down and plop one for a while because you ain't going nowhere.
Exactly. So we're probably going to be smoking this. We were smoking it before we started the podcast or this episode.
Yeah.
And we're going to be smoking it way after it's finished. So,
but really quick synopsis on the goal of today's episode.
Cheers.
You kidding me?
You're kidding me. Cheers, bro. Cheers to the first one. I didn't mean to cut you off, brother. I was just I was thirsty, and then I wanted to cheers before you.
Thirsty.
I was thirsty.
But quick background and what our goal is here. This first episode is just to kind of give you a bit of background about where we came from, where we came with the idea of the podcast, and how we kind of got into this whole cigar life, and what our background is. But going on forward, we'll be talking and discussing certain different topics. Things what's going on.
Just anything that's like on our mind that week, or anything that we feel we want to share, or we opened up an email, so any questions that you guys have or anything that you want us to talk about, you send them into the email, which is, mail.burndown?
Think so.
At gmail.com.
We'll confirm with that, but I believe that's the email. But the main goal is, we're in the cigar lounge a lot, and we have some really good conversations between Justin and I, and we also have some really good conversations amongst the other patrons in the cigar lounge. We meet people from all different kinds of background, very business-minded, like entrepreneur-minded, military, white-collar, blue-collar, all different kinds of walks of life. And we always have good conversations with these people. And unfortunately, it only lasts about an hour or so, or 2 hours while we're there, and then it stops. So, what do we want to do? We wanted to bring more of a conversational type of cigar podcast where we're talking about topics and conversations that we enjoy all the time when we go. Right. And,
yeah, and I mean, in the lounges, the only downside is that it's limited to the local community, right? Whatever lounge you go to, typically all the people that you see live in that community. And we were talking one day, we said, how can we bring this type of conversation, these wonderful conversations that we have with people, how can we branch out and bring that to the people all over, not just in the local community? So we said, well, hell, let's do a podcast. So the whole idea is that we want to make you guys feel like you're sitting with us in the cigar lounge.
Yep.
Talking about life, talking about whatever. And we want to make you feel like you're part of that conversation. So if you're sitting behind the camera right now and you're having a cigar, we want to interact. We want to be able to bring those conversations that we love to have, bring them to you guys.
Not even having a cigar. Maybe you're at your office trying to kill some time, or you're in the car listening.
That's a good point, yeah.
It's supposed to be a conversation where you are no matter what. You can be at work, you can be working out, you can be at the cigar lounge, you can be picking up crap in the backyard, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, what I loved about the cigar community, which is, kind of why those conversations are always good conversations
Yeah.
is everybody in the cigar lounges are friendly. I mean, I've traveled all over, and I've been to, I can't tell you how many cigar lounges, and every single one I've gone to, they're always friendly. No matter who it is, within 5 minutes of sitting down, you're never sitting alone. They said, somebody says, hey, come over here. Somebody says, hey, come over here. Sit at this table. Sit with us. And then you just meet people, and everybody's friendly. So that's kind of why we wanted to bring that friendliness to everybody all over.
And I'd like to, I'd say probably 99.9% of the people I meet who are smoking cigars, who like cigars, they're either a good person, guy or girl, doesn't matter. But I always have some kind of interesting conversation, or they're just a nice person. I don't really ever feel like, I'm kind of, what's the word? Like, I don't really feel like
uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't really feel uncomfortable, and it's like not like, all right, get this guy away from me, or this guy's an ass. Like, he's an idiot. It's always like good people,
right? It's the camaraderie of the cigar community.
Exactly. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring a worldwide conversation. When like Justin said, that's why we set up an email. We want to be able to receive questions or topics that you guys want us to talk about, so we can get more involved of being able to bring that conversation all across the world, I guess.
That's the goal. That's the goal. I mean, we look at the Instagram. I mean, if you guys follow us on Instagram, I'm the Dapper Cigar, and he's Brother Cigar. And if you follow us, we've got friends from all over the world. I mean, we've got friends in Dubai, friends in Germany, all over Europe, friends in Mexico,
London,
Australia. I mean, we got friends all over. So
I just sent cigars to a guy out in to London. He had some ACL surgery. Shout out to, I think it's botl.kwt.
I when I first saw it, I thought it was Brother of the Leaf Kuwait.
Yeah,
was what I think the acronym or the shortened version of it. It's got to be. And if it isn't, we apologize. But
he had some ACL surgery, and I posted a cigar pic with Nova Cigars, and he was like, "Oh man, I wish we can get some cigars like that over there." So I said, "Hey, I'll send you some cigars."
Oh yeah,
Nova included, and he just posted it today. So it was nice to see that he got it. Threw a little extra in there, a little Jack Daniels.
Man, you're a good man.
Yeah, it's all about sharing a cigar. That's why I like it. I don't always like smoking a cigar by myself. I do at times when I'm in the hot tub or I had a long day, but I like to share cigars.
Yeah, man.
With somebody. Usually that means they're a good person, a good guy.
Exactly. So when did you start smoking cigars, man? How long has it been?
Dude, I don't know.
Like, when did you start really getting into cigars? I mean, we probably started smoking a while ago, but when did you really get into it?
I mean, quick answer, probably like 2 or 3 years ago when I lived in Connecticut. But I mean, really quick. I grew up with cigars. My father smoked cigars a lot. A lot of people in my family smoke cigars, and I always liked the way it looked. And I always thought the look of it was cool. I like all the the mafia movies, the Goodfellas, the Godfathers, Bronx Tale, and they're always no good guys smoking cigars. And I always thought it looked cool. Plus, we like to dress nice.
Hey, you don't.
And it comes with that perk.
There's a classiness to it, right?
Yeah, definitely a classiness to it.
Yeah.
And it I'm not that smart of a guy. It makes me look really smart.
Oh, stop! Come on, bro.
But anyways, in high school I would smoke a Black and Mild and at parties. I think I was cool.
Everybody.
I think that's what it really started.
At some point or another, they've smoked one.
But I don't really remember what first cigar I had or when was the first time I smoked a cigar, but I definitely remember smoking Black and Milds, blowing the smoke really slow out of my mouth, thinking I was the man. And
you don't remember the first cigar you ever had?
No.
You have an idea?
No, I have no recollection of when I had my first cigar.
Really? Wow.
Usually people are like, "Oh yeah, you can get your first cigar, man," but I really don't. I don't know if I was at a party. I don't even remember buying my first cigar. It beats me, man. But it's not until I moved to Connecticut and we went to Cigar Fest, and I came home with a boatload of cigars, and it was me, the house I lived in, and cigars. And my daily routine was go to work, go to the gym, come home, eat dinner, and I had a huge deck out in my backyard, and I said, you know what, I have all these cigars, why don't I just smoke some? And I said, well, if I have all this time, why don't I just make an Instagram or a social media page? And knowing you beforehand, I was like, oh, Justin has a cigar, account. He, likes to dress nice. So I'm like, maybe I'll try to, get in that same realm. So I thought the name was like Sophisticated Smoke, and I was like, no, that's too close to Justin. Then I think the first cigar name I came out was Bro Smoke.
Bro Smoke, I remember that.
And that was the wrong group I was really attracting. It was, my idea was like, oh, I like to smoke cigars. I think I look cool when I smoke cigars. When I'm at parties, we all look cool smoking cigars. I'll just post pictures of having a good time with cigars. And the first couple of cigars I posted, I was getting a lot of accounts with like CBD and people smoking weed and stuff like that. So I
get those accounts all the time.
So I'm like, let me change it up. And I was just, one day I was just like, you know what? I'm a brother that likes to smoke a cigar. And this is before I knew what BOTL, Brother of the Leaf, meant.
Brother of the Leaf, man.
And I was like, I'm just a brother that likes to smoke cigars. So came up with the account, and it's been a hit since. So I appreciate everyone that's followed, liked, comment, and anytime that messaged me. And it's been a good ride. So I've had that account for about over 2 years now. So
it's been growing good. You got a lot of traction, a lot of
yeah, it's been going good, and it's something I like to do. It's not like it feels like a job.
Exactly.
I'm gonna smoke cigars, so might as well, take some pictures and get inside a community that's full of great people.
Exactly.
What about you, man?
Wow. So I started smoking probably when I was 17, maybe 17 or 18. And I do remember the first cigar I ever smoked was a Romeo and Juliet, 1875.
I feel like that's everybody's first cigar.
First real cigar, right? Because you smoke, like you said, the Swisher Sweets, Black and Milds. I remember smoking
White Owls.
I remember.
If you know what a White Owl is, you're a true one.
Oh, I know. I remember smoking Backwoods. They were the hand-rolled ones that would come in a tinfoil pouch. We would smoke those like camping. We were 16 years old. But I remember the first cigar a real cigar I started smoking was the Romeo and Juliet, the 1875, which is still a good smoke.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's a little bit. It's not as full. Not as full as I'd like them to be that I smoke now, but still, that was the first one. And I smoked it with my stepfather in the backyard. He was always a big cigar guy, so I started smoking with him. And then when I really started getting into all the flavors and the different vitolas and really getting into the cigar community and how you make a cigar and all the different blends and that sort of thing was probably about.
I don't know how you have all the brain capacity. The dirt that it came from. The 18.
I wouldn't take it that far, but
you know a lot about cigars.
I'd always come home. And you know what really helps is keeping a journal.
Yeah.
Like in my notes section on the phone, is you just every time you smoke a cigar, you just I write what cigar it is, I write the size. And then I write where it comes from, and then I write a couple of tasting notes. And then you just because I feel like I'm writing it and then I read it back again, it's two sources. I wrote it and then I read it back and listened to myself reading it, so it kind of sticks in my brain. But
let me ask you, I'm still trying to develop all these different notes: orange peel, leaf, dirt. I smoked a million cigars, and I'm still trying to figure out certain notes people talk about, and I don't always taste or say like. I guess you could say my palate isn't that enhanced, or maybe I'm not focusing on that much. But
I mean, I would say to really get the palate it's hard to review a cigar while you're talking with everybody. Mm-hmm. Sometimes a cigar it's just a cigar. You're having a cigar with a bunch of guys, and it's more about the conversation than actually the flavors of the cigar.
Sure.
Now, granted, if you have a really shitty cigar and you smoke it, regardless of the conversation, you're going to know that you're smoking a shitty cigar.
Okay.
Right? I mean, you'll know it right off the bat. Like, when you're smoking, you're like, ugh, I don't like that. Put it out and get... But I think that if you're smoking by yourself...
That's why you never give your friends a $40 cigar.
Exactly. Oh, my goodness. You see the... you got a fallen soldier. When they smoke that $40 cigar and they put it in a ashtray, you wake up the next morning, there's 3/4 cigar left.
Yeah, here's a Davidoff Fear the Dog. Wow, this is a $40 cigar? Wow.
I did that with a blue. I did that with the Opus Blue, the 20th anniversary. Oh,
forget about it.
But, so I really got into the cigars probably, I was maybe 22, and I'm 29 now, so maybe 7 years.
Okay.
And then, and I opened a cigar account, I think a year before you did. But yeah, I enjoyed the feeling that I got when I smoked a cigar. Like you said, I like the classiness of it. I think it's a very gentleman-like thing to do, a gentleman-esque thing to do.
Same.
And I liked that feeling that I got. And I liked the community around it. Like I said, every cigar lounge I've gone into, they're friendly people. And I liked that feeling, so I really got into it. And I enjoyed also, aside from having the conversations with people, when I smoke a cigar by myself, I enjoy that time that I get to myself, right? Like, where else can you get an hour to an hour and a half to 2 hours of relaxation for maybe
an hour therapy session?
Exactly, an hour therapy session. It's a perfect way to put it for $10, right? Now, some cases it's going to be $50, $100 depending what cigar you smoke, right? Like if you smoke a Royal Release from Davidoff, it's going to be $100, but still, I liked where I could sit there, have a drink, put on some of the oldies, right? You and I both love the oldie musics like Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin.
Speaking of that, we got to get some in here eventually.
I know, we do.
Once we get this bad boy up and running.
But I
we got no light fixtures.
We got nothing, man.
We're dependent on God's.
We're lucky that we have space in here. This whole place was filled to the brim.
I know.
But that's how I got into cigars, and I just really enjoyed it, and I started developing the palate for it. And I also liked about when I was saying you can sit there, it's a therapy session, and I posted this plenty of times, is you're at one with your own thoughts. So when you're sitting there by yourself, like you can really just, you can visualize your goals, you can reflect on what you did that day.
Yeah.
It's a reflection period, and I really enjoyed that, because a lot of times is with the world is so fast and it's so loud, and especially if you live near a main road, it gets loud and noisy. And if you go to a cigar lounge, sometimes the music's playing, the conversation's going, it's hard to sit there by yourself. But if you go in your backyard, you have a glass of scotch or a bourbon, whatever, and just sit there and just you can read a book, you can vibe
out.
So that's how I really liked it. But
yeah, and I also like being known as a cigar guy.
I know.
They're like, yo, Eric, you bringing cigars to the party? Or
that's the only downside, is that everybody thinks you're bringing cigars to the party.
It's good and bad, but with the haul we took in from Cigar Fest, I think we'll be, I'm good for the next few months. But
So when was the first time that you and I met, man? Like, I've been working with the short story is that I worked with his father, and then I came over to a party once.
You had to come over to a barbecue or something.
And then we just like hit it off.
Yeah.
I mean, we both like to dress to the nines. We both like smoking cigars. We both love the mafia movies. We both love the oldies music. Like, we have the same mindset, that same entrepreneurial mindset, the same motivated mindset.
Sure.
So we just like clicked, but I don't even
match made in heaven.
I don't know when that was. That had to be 4 or 5 years ago, maybe.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Whenever you started working with my father. Whenever you started with.
Yeah, that's got to be 5 years ago, probably.
There you go. It took us 5 years to start a podcast. But these conversations just like this is the same conversations, and you just dropped ash all over your nice jacket. Boom.
Bruh.
Hashtag rookie move.
Fuck, bro. I just need to go to dry cleaners anyway.
Happens to the best of us, my friend. But and this is what we kind of want to bring to the podcast, is just simple conversation back and forth. Obviously, as we go on, we'll have more topics that we want to cover, and just have an open discussion about it. We do this a couple times a week at most, at the lounge talking. So why only have the conversation between us two? Why not bring it to a more what do you want to call it, broad audience? Or
I mean, and at one point, I guess what we want to do eventually too is we'll even maybe go live on Instagram while we record one, so we can have live Q&A and just have people interaction, so we can have this whole conversation with people while we're recording it. So I mean, that's another thing that we'd want to do. Like we said, we just want to bring the whole conversation to people all over the internet, right? Because we were on Instagram and you meet all these people, and you can go live occasionally, but we said, why not have these conversations and bring these conversations to people all over? So.
And there's some good cigar podcasts out there, but when we're just trying to bring a different element, something with a little different vibe to it, and that's where we come in with different conversations. I can talk to someone in a cigar lounge all day, no problem. I have no clue where their background is. Oh yeah, no clue what they do. If I talk to someone on the street, chances are I'll probably talk to you for 5 minutes and say, all right, get the fuck out of here. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, it's funny how that is. I mean, it's some people.
Not everybody.
Not everybody, but I feel like sometimes people. I call it like the elevator scenario. is how many times you get 5-6 people, they all go into an elevator, and nobody says a word.
Yeah.
Everybody looks down at their shoelaces, and
Or
nobody says
on their phone.
Yeah,
Who
nobody's
would
or the phone. Yeah, nobody says a word for the 2 minutes that nobody even says hi, like, hey, how are you? Right? And I try to make it a point to say hi to those people, to everybody in there, but my bad. At a cigar lounge,
don't fucking touch me, bro.
Dude, don't fucking touch my cigar. Dude, I'm ashing my cigar myself, then I'm touching your cigar.
Get out of here. Get your life together.
Dude, I don't know. And but at the cigar lounge, no matter who it is, you strike up a conversation. Like, I've had people, remember you and I just sitting there? Somebody just comes in, sits right next to us, and just starts talking.
Talk about, hey, man, you see Kevin Durant on Night at the Knicks, man? Blah. Yeah, no doubt. Be fucking very upset about that.
I'm probably not a Knicks fan.
Are you a basketball fan?
See, that's the thing.
You play basketball. This guy played college ball, but doesn't like the Knicks, and he's from New York.
Yeah, I know. I'm not a. I like to watch the college game more than the pro game, because the college game, I feel like the atmosphere is a lot better. So I've been a Syracuse fan for a long time, and then when it came to pros, people get traded all over the place, and it's and I never really got into it. I mean, I'm a LeBron lover. I don't know if you're a LeBron lover. I know you're either a lover or a hater, but I love LeBron. I think he's fantastic.
I've been on and off.
I think he's probably like the greatest talent that we've ever seen, and I don't want to get into this whole like LeBron debate, but as far as like greatest player ever, probably not. Greatest like physical talent, like physical specimen, I think he is. The guy's a freak.
He's a god.
But I like to follow more of the players. So I like to see when players go. Like, I like to see, when Derrick Rose went over 50 plus. I like that.
Yeah.
Good point. I don't even care what team he's on. I like that. Or if you see a game like the Boston Celtics versus the Lakers, that's a fantastic rivalry. I love watching those games. I'm not a fan of either one of them, or a diehard fan of either one of them.
You don't want to deal with the heartbreak like I do.
But what about football, man? We're big football lovers.
Bleed green, man.
Green?
Another New York team that really hurts my feelings.
See, I bleed blue.
I bleed blue. Nah, I don't really bleed blue. I like the blue. My whole family is really Giants fans besides me and my little brother. But I don't know how we steered away from the Giants culture in our house, but somehow we bleed green, baby. So JTS, Jets. But it's an exciting year. I'm looking forward to Le'Veon Bell doing his thing, and
I'm looking forward to making money. What?
Well, that's a given. That's a given. Can't always be money focused though. Always focus on money, but always have a little something to get your mind off of things.
Oh no, I was just talking about sports betting.
Fuck me then. I thought you were going in a different direction. Hey, I don't bet. This guy bets it all. I don't. I have no luck. My brother goes to my littlest brother. I've been to AC a million times. I think I won maybe $200 in one night. My brother goes to the local casino over here on Long Island. First night, profits.
Jake's 58?
Jake's 58, where it's packed 24/7. Monday through Sunday, 24/7, no matter what.
Always packed. Always.
He goes twice. And there's no real people there. It's all virtual.
It's a virtual blackjack dealer, right?
Kid wins $800 first time around.
Is it brother?
This is Kyle, my little brother.
God. You got a little brother.
Little guy who's not even 21 yet. Wins $800 the first time. And a couple weeks ago, he goes, "Hey Eric, guess what? What? Won $1,200.
Come on."
I go, "How much you put down?"
Come on.
$100. I go, "Get the fuck out of here." I'm like, "Dude," I go to Atlantic City and bet my life, and I win nothing. I have more losing nights than winning nights, and this kid goes to the casino twice.
And he's playing like slot machines. That's the worst fucking game to play.
He played blackjack.
Well, yeah, but it's basically a slot machine because it's a fake. It's a virtual blackjack. Like, it's a computer dealing you hands. You have better luck playing a blackjack app on your phone.
Hey, but shout out to him because...
Hey, more power to you, man. My stepfather's like that. He goes and plays slots. I tell him all the time, slots are the worst thing to play. It's like the worst. It's like 50% house edge. It's terrible. He plays them all the time, and he wins. You know what I feel like? You think it is? Right? And you and I have had this discussion about like what you think about, you bring about, right? I feel like he wins because he expects it to win. Like he goes. I expect to walk out of here, and he always does. Always.
I'm a big believer, but sometimes I have my doubts because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna fucking win everything, and I lose everything. So I'm like, wait, if I think about it, it's supposed to happen. But then that happens in certain other aspects, not gambling. I'll think of something else I want, and I'll get it.
Yeah.
Just not gambling. So that's why I stay away. Don't be like this guy. He wins, though. Most luckiest guy I ever met. Wins all the contests. Wins all the prizes. So hopefully being around him more and more, some of that rubs off on me. So cheers to you. Yeah, rub me on me. Rub on me. Rub on me.
Rub up on me, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, these cigars are fantastic.
We've been smoking them for a long time.
I love this cigar.
And I believe, I think this is like my first, not my first, but my second time around with this bad boy. And I know you always rave about him. So I had two in my humidor. I said, what better day?
Oh, dude, you're a gentleman for giving us that
Put
way.
these out.
I appreciate it, man. This is a fantastic. I mean, look at the foot smoke on that. You know what I like? What I love is when you tilt your cigar like this, and the smoke runs up the cigar.
This whole line.
I love
Liga
that.
Privada does the same thing. Look at that. That bad boy is nice.
Yeah, foots. What is it?
The number 9 does it. The T52. This whole line, burns like that.
Rich too. It's just like.
Yeah, it smells nice too. So, but that's what it is. This is what we're looking to do. This is what we're looking to have. So hopefully you guys want to jump on board and get a part of the conversation. We love to interact. We're just more than just us. So we're looking forward to what you guys have to say, what you guys want to talk about, and hopefully you guys like the stuff that we talk about. And it's gonna go from there. So
yeah, man.
Anything else you want to talk about or get involved before we call it a day?
No, man. I mean, like I said, this is gonna be the first of many, and we're happy to do it. We've been talking about this for a while. It's just kind of ironing out the details.
Yeah.
And now that we finally got this set up, like we said, we're still in construction, so this is just the first.
Soon you'll see a nice burn down podcast behind us.
Oh, you're gonna see a nice little bar top table. We're gonna some of the chairs. We're gonna have actual lighting in here.
Yeah, we're relying on
it might not.
sunlight.
Hopefully, it's not gonna be 105 degrees like it is right now, but
I'm pretty good.
No, it's actually nice in here.
Before I was sweating.
We were sitting outside. It was hot, man. And if you guys in New York, it's funny because remember when it was pouring and we was like, oh shit, it's pouring.
2 weeks ago.
And we're like, I wish it was hot. And now it's hot. And he's like, shit, it's hot. It's like, come on, man, pick one.
It's one or the other. If you live in the Northeast, you're either complaining it's cold when you want it hot, and then you're complaining when it's hot when you want it cold. So, I just learned to live with it.
Yeah, you just appreciate.
That's what
I think. I like it because it makes you appreciate when it
I
comes.
like it. I
like it a lot. It makes you appreciate it, right? Like when the winter comes around and it's blizzard out and there's 3 feet of snow, it's freezing. Like I can't wait for summer. Then summer comes, like oh thank God, I can't wait for the winter. Then when the winter comes, right, it makes you appreciate it. That's how I
always like to say. You earn the summer. You earn the warm weather.
Baby.
We fight through the freaking winter, the fall. The blistering cold, the freaking waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning, wiping the ice off your car, heating it up. Ugh. That's why if I move to Florida or California, you don't appreciate it as much. So.
I always look like this too. I don't know about you guys. I don't know about you. I can't do Christmas with like 75 degree weather.
Nah, it's not the same.
Nah, man. I want it on Christmas. I want a fucking blizzard.
I think it's happened like once in my life though.
I know, but I want it to be cold at least.
Yeah. You want to wake up and say...
I want to see my breath at least.
You want to still pretend that... Oh, sorry for anyone that's younger than 10 years old. You want to pretend like there's still a Santa around.
Oh, dude, I want when Santa comes down, I want him to come down in the snow, man.
Yeah, you don't want Santa coming down
You want Santa coming down in shorts?
Fuck that.
Fuck that, man. Dude, this Woodford, by the way, we're drinking some Woodford. My buddy, he hooks me up. Look at this. Brings over feral pigs, brings over a fresh bottle of Woodford. Unopened, fresh bottle. Put it right in the freezer. As soon as he walked in, put it right in the fucking freezer.
Boom, bada bang.
Dude, bada bang. Bada boom.
See, another reason why we like cigars. You enjoy fine things.
Dude.
Fine cigars, fine spirits, fine conversations, fine people.
Fine life, man.
You kidding me?
You kidding me?
But,
yeah,
I think that went well today.
I think we're done. So, well, listen. Thank you for everybody for watching. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Rate it 5 stars wherever you
subscribe on YouTube.
Subscribe, yeah. Share it. Tell a friend. Whatever. But we appreciate all you guys listening in, and stay tuned for more to come from the Burn Down.
Yeah, man, and ladies. Yeah, girl. Yeah, man and girl. No, yeah, man anymore.
All right, man. Well,
Yeah, we'll be on YouTube, obviously Instagram, Brother Cigar, Dapper Cigar, Burn Down Podcast on Instagram. I have a Facebook page too as well. It's kind of just there for the pictures. I don't know if you do. You do?
Blame it on the mic. Mic cut out for a second.
But and also, we're gonna be on. If you don't want to watch the video, or if you can't watch the video, you obviously want to watch the video.
Or if you're in the car and you want to listen to it, and you obviously
Apple.
Because you can't close your phone and have the YouTube thing open.
Can't be driving.
Come on, we're at iPhone 10. Okay, can somebody please tell me about that? We're at iPhone 10, iPhone X. How come nobody's ever come up with an app where you can shut your phone off or lock your phone and still have YouTube play?
You have to pay for it now, I think.
Dude, that's ridiculous. You'd
And
think somebody would come up with an app for that.
No, there has been apps, because when I first came out of college, I had a job and I was in this kid's car and he was playing music off of YouTube, and he downloaded an alternative YouTube app where I was able to close it.
Dude, because that's like out of all the things
Anyway.
that they do to it's like, come on, just let the app play.
So we'll be on YouTube. We'll be on the podcast through Apple, and any other podcasting streaming.
Yeah.
Spotify, SoundCloud, whatever. We'll figure
We'll do
it
it
out.
on all of them.
We'll let everybody know what platforms we're on. But thank you everybody for joining in and being a part of the cigar community and a part of our community. And cheers to many more. Salud.
Salud.